Cáncer Daily Horoscope. April 8, 2025, as the gentle light of morning graces your sanctuary today, dear Cáncer, you may feel an unusual surge of emotional clarity washing over you. The moon, your celestial ruler, forms a harmonious trine with Neptune in the early hours, creating a dreamy atmosphere where your intuition speaks volumes louder than logic. Your emotional landscape today feels like a calm sea after a storm, reflective, peaceful, yet holding depths of wisdom gained through recent challenges. This is a day when the waters of your psyche run clear, allowing you to see beneath the surface of situations that have puzzled you for weeks. In your personal relationships, there's a beautiful opening for heartfelt connections. Those Cancers in committed partnerships may find their significant other unusually receptive to your emotional needs. The veil between hearts thins today, allowing for conversations that heal old wounds without reopening them. Single Cancers might notice a magnetic quality to their energy. You're attracting others not through what you say, but through the authentic emotional presence you embody. At work, Mercury's position in your 10th house of career brings clarity to professional communications. A project that has been stalled might suddenly find its momentum as solutions appear with surprising ease. Your colleagues and superiors are more likely to recognize your contributions today, particularly your ability to nurture projects and people toward success. Trust your instincts if you feel compelled to speak up in meetings or share an innovative idea. The stars support your voice being heard and valued. Financially, Jupiter's influence suggests unexpected resources may become available. This isn't necessarily a windfall, but rather a realization about assets or opportunities you already possess but haven't fully utilized. Take time today to review your financial landscape with fresh eyes. Your physical well-being responds strongly to emotional currents today. The stomach and chest areas, your body's emotional centers, may feel particularly sensitive. Gentle self-care practices like warm baths, herbal teas with soothing herbs like chamomile or lavender, and conscious breathing exercises will serve you well. Your body is processing emotional information, so honor its wisdom by slowing down when needed. The afternoon brings a square between Venus and Saturn, creating a brief period where you might feel torn between pleasure and responsibility. This isn't a conflict to be resolved through sacrifice, but rather through integration, finding joy within your duties and meaning within your pleasures. This aspect teaches balance rather than forced choice. As evening approaches, Mars in your 4th house energizes domestic matters. You might feel a sudden urge to reorganize your living space or address a home project you've been postponing. This physical activity channels emotional energy constructively, creating harmony in your environment that reflects your inner state. Your dreams tonight may be unusually vivid and meaningful. Keep a journal by your bedside to record any insights that come through this potent subconscious channel. The boundary between waking and dreaming consciousness is particularly permeable for you now. Lucky number today, 8, representing infinity turned vertical, a reminder that emotional depth is your greatest strength. Favorable color, silver blue, like moonlight reflected on water, enhancing your intuitive capabilities. Powerful affirmation for today. My sensitivity is my superpower, allowing me to navigate life with depth and wisdom. For Cancer parents, children may be particularly responsive to your nurturing energy today. They sense your emotional availability and open up accordingly. A conversation with a child might surprise you with its profundity. Creative Cancers will find this an exceptional day for artistic expression, particularly in forms that capture emotional nuance: music, poetry, photography, or dance. Your ability to translate feeling into form is heightened. A word of caution: while your empathic abilities are strengthened today, remember to maintain healthy boundaries. You may feel called to support others emotionally, but ensure you don't absorb their difficulties as your own. Compassion without absorption is your challenge and opportunity. As the day concludes, take a moment to stand under the night sky and reconnect with your ruling celestial body. The moon's current phase speaks directly to your soul, reminding you that emotional cycles, like lunar ones, are natural, necessary, and ultimately healing. You are exactly where you need to be in your own personal cycle. Embrace the emotional wisdom of this day, gentle Cancer. When you honor the depth of your feelings, you access the profound strength that has always been your birthright. For Cancer, on April 8, 2025, the planetary positions create a fascinating celestial landscape that directly impacts your emotional and intuitive nature. The moon, your ruling celestial body, transitions through Capricorn today, creating a tension between your natural nurturing tendencies and the practical demands of your external world. This moon position forms a challenging opposition to your sign, potentially triggering heightened emotional sensitivity around authority figures and career matters. You may feel pulled between personal needs and professional responsibilities. Saturn continues its journey through Pisces in your ninth house of higher wisdom, forming a supportive sextile aspect to your sign. This provides a stabilizing influence, helping you structure your intuitive insights and transform empathic understanding into practical wisdom. The disciplined energy of Saturn helps ground your typically fluctuating emotional landscape, offering a rare opportunity to build lasting foundations based on your intuitive knowledge. Mercury, positioned at 15 degrees Aries, occupies your 10th house of career and public reputation, bringing mental clarity and direct communication to professional matters. With Mercury making a square aspect to Pluto in Aquarius, conversations may reveal hidden power dynamics or unconscious motivations. Be mindful of communication that might come across as too forceful, especially with authority figures or in public settings. Venus glows at 7 degrees Taurus, occupying your 11th house of community and future aspirations. This pleasant placement enhances your ability to connect with groups and friends in harmonious ways. Venus forms a trine aspect to your sign, softening your protective shell and making it easier to share your nurturing qualities with your broader social circle rather than just immediate family. Mars energizes the early degrees of Gemini, activating your 12th house of the unconscious and hidden realms. This placement can stir subconscious patterns and illuminate secret motivations. Your energy might feel somewhat diffused or directed toward behind-the-scenes activities. Pay attention to dreams and subtle intuitive prompts, as Mars here can activate your already strong Cancer intuition in unexpected ways. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity, continues its journey through Gemini, also in your 12th house. This significant transit is preparing you for a major personal growth cycle that will fully activate when Jupiter enters your sign later this year. Currently, Jupiter is expanding your spiritual awareness and psychological understanding, potentially bringing beneficial developments that initially work in unseen ways. Uranus, at 27 degrees Taurus in your 11th house, forms a harmonious trine to your sign, bringing unexpected connections and innovative group experiences. This revolutionary energy helps you break free from outdated emotional patterns, particularly regarding how you connect with friends and associates. Neptune, at 3 degrees Aries, occupies your 10th house of career, potentially bringing both inspiration and confusion to your professional path. As a Cancer, this Neptune placement can elevate your natural compassion into visionary leadership, though you might struggle with maintaining clear boundaries between your personal emotional responses and professional responsibilities. Pluto, deep in your 7th house at 5 degrees Aquarius, continues its transformational influence on your partnerships and close relationships. This position challenges you to evolve beyond emotional dependencies and transform how you relate to others at the most fundamental level. The North Node in Aries and South Node in Libra create an axis across your career and home sectors, suggesting that your evolutionary path involves finding balance between professional ambitions and domestic needs, a theme deeply resonant with your Cancer nature. Chiron, the wounded healer, positioned in Aries in your career house, may expose sensitive areas around professional recognition and authority. This placement offers healing potential when you learn to lead with vulnerability and emotional intelligence rather than attempting to suppress your sensitive Cancer nature in professional contexts. With the asteroid Ceres in Virgo in your third house of communication, there's an emphasis on nurturing connections through practical assistance and detailed attention to others' needs, a natural extension of your caregiving Cancer tendencies. The specific alignment of these planetary bodies creates a day where your emotional intelligence serves as both your greatest strength and your potential challenge. The Capricorn moon opposite your sign calls for emotional maturity and practical management of feelings, while the supportive aspects from planets in fellow water signs enhance your natural intuitive abilities. Pay particular attention to how the planets in cardinal signs, Aries and Capricorn, activate your own cardinal water energy, creating opportunities for emotional leadership and intuitive decision-making that aligns with your authentic Cancer nature. For Cancer natives on April 8, 2025, communication takes on a particularly analytical quality as the moon transits through meticulous Virgo. This creates an interesting contrast with your naturally intuitive and emotional expression style. You'll find yourself being more precise with your words, carefully selecting exactly what you want to say before speaking. Mercury, positioned in assertive Aries on this day, forms a challenging aspect to your sun sign, pushing you to be more direct and forthright than might feel comfortable. This planetary arrangement creates a day of communication paradoxes. You'll feel pulled between your desire to nurture others through words and a sudden impulse to speak your unfiltered truth. The third house of your chart receives significant activation today, highlighting all forms of communication from casual conversations to important presentations. Jupiter and Mars, both in Gemini, create a powerful amplification of mental energy, giving you more verbal dexterity than usual, though potentially at the cost of emotional connection. Pay particular attention to written communications today. Emails and messages may be interpreted differently than you intend if you don't take time to review them. Your ruling planet, the Moon, forms a harmonious trine with Pluto in Aquarius, suggesting that beneath the surface of conversations lies an opportunity for transformative exchanges that reveal deeper truths. You may find yourself unexpectedly opening up about matters you typically keep private. This is particularly true in one-on-one conversations rather than group settings. Neptune's position in Aries casts a subtle fog over certain communications, so be especially clear when discussing financial or shared resource matters. Creative expression flourishes under this alignment if you journal, write poetry, or engage in any artistic communication. You'll find unusual depth and resonance today. Professional communications benefit from the Virgo moon's attention to detail. This is an excellent day for editing, refining proposals, or structuring presentations. However, be cautious of becoming overly critical of others' communication styles. The Cancer tendency toward protective shells extends to communication. Today, you might retreat into silence if you feel misunderstood. Instead, use the Aries-Mercury energy to clarify your position calmly but firmly. Digital communications receive a boost from Uranus in Gemini, making this an ideal day for virtual meetings, online networking, or leveraging social media platforms for meaningful connection. Your natural empathetic listening abilities are somewhat muted today, requiring conscious effort to truly hear others beyond their words. Watch for a tendency to interrupt others. When excited about an idea, the Mars-Jupiter conjunction in Gemini can make everyone more verbose and eager to speak. Family communications take on special significance today as ancestral patterns of expression may become more apparent notice if you're falling into old family communication dynamics. The late afternoon brings a shift as the moon forms a square to Saturn in Pisces, potentially creating moments of self-doubt about how you've expressed yourself throughout the day. This isn't a time to retreat, but rather to reflect on the balance between emotional expression and practical communication needs. Venus in Taurus influences your friendship house, suggesting that communications with close friends will flow more easily than professional or casual acquaintance conversations. Chiron's position indicates an opportunity to heal old wounds through honest expression, particularly regarding matters where you've previously felt silenced or misunderstood. Your words carry unusual weight. Today, something seemingly casual, you say, could have a profound impact on someone who needs to hear exactly that message. Practice mindfulness before speaking, as the impulsive Aries energy affecting Mercury might lead to statements you later wish to retract. Communication surrounding home matters flows more smoothly in the morning hours before becoming potentially more complicated after 2 p.m. when the moon aspects Mars. If negotiating anything important, try to schedule these conversations during the favorable morning aspects. Listen for what isn't being said today. Your intuitive Cancer nature can pick up on subtle undercurrents even when your verbal focus is more analytical than usual. A conjunction between Mercury and Chiron suggests potential for healing conversations, particularly regarding old hurts within intimate relationships. As the celestial bodies align on April 8, 2025, Cancer natives find themselves at an interesting financial crossroads. With the Sun moving through your 10th house of career and public reputation, there's a natural spotlight on your professional achievements that could translate to monetary gain. The positioning of Mars in Gemini creates a dynamic tension in your 12th house, suggesting that unseen opportunities may be developing behind the scenes. The Moon, your ruling celestial body, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in Virgo today, expanding your financial intuition. This aspect is particularly potent for recognizing value where others might miss it. Your natural caution with money is balanced by an unusual willingness to explore new financial territories. This isn't about reckless spending, but rather about calculated risks that align with your long-term security goals. Venus, positioned in Taurus, strengthens your 11th house of networking and collective resources, suggesting that financial collaborations with friends or community organizations could prove fruitful today. Someone in your social circle may provide a valuable tip or opportunity that has substantial monetary potential. Be particularly attentive to conversations that begin casually but veer toward business partnerships or shared investments. Mercury in Aries is activating your career sector, bringing clarity to financial communications and negotiations. If you've been waiting to discuss a raise, promotion, or new compensation package, the cosmic energies support these conversations today. Your ability to articulate your worth is enhanced, allowing you to make compelling arguments for why you deserve more. The position of Saturn in Pisces continues its transit through your 9th house of expansion, creating a structured approach to financial growth. This isn't about quick gains, but building sustainable wealth through education, international connections, or publishing ventures. Consider how investing in knowledge today might yield financial returns in the coming months. Uranus in Gemini forms an intriguing aspect to your security sector, suggesting unexpected financial insights or sudden opportunities that challenge your traditional approach to money. While Cancers typically prefer safe investments, today's energy supports calculated innovation. A financial opportunity that initially seems uncharacteristic for your cautious nature might actually align perfectly with your evolving economic goals. Neptune's presence in Aries can create some financial fog in your career sector, so be particularly vigilant with work-related expenses or investments. Double-check the fine print on any contracts or agreements, as important details could be easily overlooked. What seems like a promising opportunity may need further investigation before committing your resources. Pluto in Aquarius deepens its transformation of your 8th house of shared resources, making this an excellent day to review investments, loans, taxes, or inheritance matters. You might discover overlooked financial resources or identify areas where restructuring could yield significant benefits. Power dynamics around money may also come to light, giving you the opportunity to establish more balanced financial relationships. Your emotional intelligence gives you a unique advantage in financial matters today. While others might make decisions based purely on logic, your ability to sense underlying currents and motivations helps you identify genuine opportunities versus those that might leave you vulnerable. Trust your gut reactions, particularly when evaluating potential business partners or investment proposals. The asteroid series in Libra activates your fourth house of home and foundations, suggesting that investments related to property, family businesses, or domestic improvements could be particularly favorable. Consider how reallocating resources toward your living situation or family enterprises might create both emotional security and financial growth. Financial opportunities may come through unexpected sources today, particularly through female mentors or maternal figures in your life. Someone who has nurtured your growth in other areas might provide valuable guidance or connections that have monetary implications. Be open to advice from those who have witnessed your development over time. Today's numerological vibration resonates with Cancer's natural affinity for building security, suggesting that investments in sustainable, ethical ventures will align with both your values and financial goals. The cosmic energy supports finding the sweet spot between emotional fulfillment and material prosperity, a balance that Cancer natives inherently seek. Water sign financial intuition is heightened today, allowing you to sense shifts in the marketplace before they become obvious to others. This precognitive capacity serves you particularly well with investments that require timing. Pay attention to recurring number patterns or symbols related to finances, as these synchronicities may contain guidance about where to direct your resources. For coupled Cancers, a financial discussion with your partner could yield surprisingly positive results. Shared goals become clearer, and you may discover that your different approaches to money management actually complement each other perfectly. Single Cancers might find that conversations about values and resources help determine compatibility with potential partners. Regarding your career trajectory, today's planetary alignments suggest that mastering a specialized skill could open new revenue streams. Consider how investing in professional development might yield returns that extend far beyond the initial expenditure. Your ability to nurture projects from conception to fruition makes you particularly valuable in emerging industries where patience and persistence are required. The position of asteroid Pallas Athena in your chart today encourages strategic financial planning rather than reactive decisions. Take time to map out both short-term and long-term financial goals, identifying the stepping stones that will lead you toward greater abundance. Your natural protective instincts serve you well in creating financial safety nets, while still allowing for measured growth. Be aware that, with Jupiter's expansive energy influencing your communication sector, you might be more inclined to spend on educational resources, technology, or local travel. While these expenditures can ultimately enhance your earning potential, maintain awareness of your budget boundaries. The most valuable investments today will be those that align with your authentic path rather than temporary interests. Financial opportunities connected to writing, teaching, or information sharing appear particularly promising. Your ability to translate complex emotional insights into accessible wisdom creates unique value that others are willing to compensate. Don't underestimate the marketability of your natural Cancer gifts for nurturing understanding and growth in others. The current cosmic weather suggests reviewing recurring expenses and subscriptions. You may discover that reallocating these funds toward investments with compound growth potential would better serve your long-term security. This isn't about deprivation, but rather about ensuring that every dollar serves your highest financial good. As the day progresses, the moon's movement enhances your financial perception, allowing you to read between the lines in monetary discussions. Pay attention to what isn't being said as much as what is overtly communicated. Your heightened sensitivity allows you to detect subtle cues that might indicate whether a financial opportunity is truly aligned with your best interests. Cancer, April 8, 2025, brings a particularly promising alignment for you, as the waxing gibbous moon in Scorpio forms a harmonious water trine with your sign, creating a profound flow of emotional abundance. This lunar position activates your fifth house of creativity, pleasure, and self-expression, making this an exceptionally fortunate day for artistic pursuits and heart-centered activities. The moon's connection with Neptune in Pisces amplifies your intuitive abilities, creating an almost psychic sensitivity that can guide you toward opportunities others might miss. This intuitive advantage becomes your hidden superpower today. Your fortunate areas today revolve around emotional investments, not just financial ones, but where you place your heart and nurturing energy. The Scorpio moon illuminates opportunities for emotional depth, creative expression, and forming meaningful connections. Jupiter's position creates a beneficial aspect to your career house, suggesting that professional advancement may come through emotional intelligence and intuitive decision-making rather than purely logical approaches. Water-related environments prove especially fortunate, whether literal bodies of water or metaphorical emotional waters of intimate conversations and meaningful exchanges. The kitchen transforms into a powerful place of manifestation, today cooking, nourishing others, or creating with your hands channels the day's creative potential beautifully. Domestic matters receive cosmic blessings as well, with home improvements or family healing conversations yielding surprising breakthroughs. Venus in Taurus creates a harmonious aspect to your sign, highlighting financial opportunities connected to comfort, beauty, and sustainable resources. Look for fortunate openings in real estate matters, food-related businesses, or emotional wellness services. Your natural protective instincts are heightened today, making you an exceptional guardian, advisor, or supporter for those you care about. This protective energy, when channeled consciously, attracts opportunities for leadership in group settings where emotional safety is paramount. The greatest fortune today comes through embracing your emotional authenticity. Cáncer, your sensitivity isn't a weakness but your greatest strength and fortune magnet today. The cosmic energies specifically favor activities involving water, silver, white colors, and rounded objects, all symbols connected to your lunar rulership. Tonight, moonlight meditation or rituals involving water can amplify your manifestation abilities. Pay attention to dreams and intuitive flashes around 3:15 p.m. when the moon forms a perfect trine to your natal position, opening a cosmic window of fortunate synchronicities. Your most blessed periods today are early morning for setting intentions and early evening for reaping emotional rewards. Remember that fortune today isn't just about external gains, but emotional richness, the universal currency of your water sign nature. By honoring your emotional truth and following intuitive nudges, you naturally align with the day's most fortunate currents, creating a reservoir of good fortune that will continue flowing well beyond today. As April 8th, 2025 arrives for Cáncer natives, the social landscape presents an intriguing mixture of opportunities and challenges. The moon, your celestial ruler, forms a sextile with Jupiter in Gemini, creating an atmosphere ripe for meaningful social exchanges and group activities. This particular lunar position illuminates your 11th house of friendships and community, making this an excellent day to reconnect with friends you haven't seen in some time. There's a sense of emotional generosity in the air, allowing you to open your heart more freely than usual. The protective shell that Cancers often retreat into may feel less necessary today. Venus, currently transiting through Taurus, creates a harmonious trine to your sign, enhancing your natural warmth and making you particularly magnetic in social settings. People are drawn to your nurturing energy now, appreciating the depth and sincerity you bring to interactions. This Venus placement supports meaningful connections rather than superficial socializing. You might find yourself becoming the emotional anchor in your social circle today, providing support and understanding to friends navigating difficult waters. Mercury's position in Aries, meanwhile, adds a spark of directness to your typically tactful communication style. While this could make